Hey everybody, welcome to another special unboxing. This time around we have the other Snail Shell twin. There's two of these. I open up the other one. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. And this is the second one with a different look and what looks like normal sized hands. So yeah, I'll do my best to show these off. And this looks like this comes with a crazy amount of fire effects. That's basically what you get in these. You don't get a whole ton of accessories, but you do get some crazy effects. The last one came with crazy rock effects. So yeah, I'll do my best to show off what these have, what types of poses you can do, and I will post the two together to see what they look like as a pair. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff. You get a pretty thick package here. But let's take a look at the paper goods. You get a card showing some of the art. You get a cross cell with another picture of the figure. Pretty cool. And then the instruction manual, which we will get into now. All in Chinese, of course. But yeah, shows everything that you get. Kind of similar to the other one. Not really sure what you use a Q-tip for, maybe for cleaning. But yeah, you get a lot more of these fire effects. Again, faces, you can manipulate the eyes. You've got a winky, cute face, normal face, and then some sort of scared face. And this talks about the soft chest, which was a surprise. And it looks like it shows that you can take some pieces off. I think the other one you could take the jacket off. I don't remember if you could take the skirt off though. I'll have to take a look. And then you got hair that moves, you got a lance, another fireball effect, another rock effect, which I'm not sure what these two pieces are for. Maybe for the flame effects. And they had a crazy amount of flame effects, which I'm gonna have to try posing and see what that looks like. All right, let's dive into the figure first. And it is separate from the big pack of like fire effects you get. And it is totally destroying my lighting setup here, but there's just a lot of packaging here. Let's move this stuff aside, of course. So I think you get some extra, like, I don't know what those are. Little joints. You get an extra eye thing and an extra, what looks like hand pieces, hand joints, wrist joints, if you will. Let's set this aside. Let's get into the figure. You got your standard poles, it looks like. Posing poles. Whoa. And as usual, as soon as you open this up, it pops out all the different hands, which I'll go through in a minute. But let's get everything out of plastic and onto the table here. Very similar to that last one that I opened. So you got 3 pairs of hands. Go through those in a moment, including the ones that come already attached to the figure. All right, so you got this cool lance, which I think feels pretty flimsy. It showed that it can move or pose, I think. Yeah, these things. So these can move in and out, which is cool, but I think that's it. So this feels very delicate, especially these. These feels like these would snap insanely easily, but it is very nice and detailed. Good paint job too. The shiny gold is nice. Let's set that aside, hope we don't break it. Then we got this fire effect, which I think is the same as that other one. It's kind of got a flexible plastic on it. And then we've got the worried face, which you can move the eyes on, and then, okay. So that's interesting. If you didn't know from before, and the other snail shell figure I opened, you can move the eyes around. Kind of creepy. But it gives you the ability to do wacky faces. I guess that's not that wacky. And then we got like a winky face, which you can move the one eye, so that's fun. So interesting. That's cool. And let's get the normal figure out of here. Again, as before, got plastic wrapping everything, so I'll do my best not to completely obliterate the plastic, but I don't really feel like popping all of the limbs out. So I end up having to rip the plastic, which sometimes is scary because you don't want it to break a piece of the figure. Let's toss these. Yeah. Some of you probably are cringing. There's probably a proper way to do this, but brute force sometimes is just the only way. All right, let's take a look here. This one's a little more frilly than that other one. Not really sure what's going on with this thing here. But I believe you can remove the skirt somehow. I'm guessing you have to, no. I really don't want to do much here to remove this. Anyway, so yeah, standard like before, ball joint neck. This has a ball joint sort of look to the, it's kind of like a wrist joint actually to her ponytail, which is fun. You've got twist at the upper arm, up, down, you know, standard. Again, yeah, twists at the thigh here, and you can do that apparently. Freaky. So that's on both sides, and then, you know, double jointed knee, which is good, and then standard ankle and twist. Kind of looks like Tracer in a way. And then, yeah, you do have that squishy, soft chest, which is interesting. No naughty bits on the inside from what I can see. Nope. No naughty nips. So yeah, standard articulation for this sort of 6-inch scale, 12th scale figures. Again, this has these like twindly bits that I don't know if that's how twisted they're supposed to be. But let me take a look at this skirt and see if there's an easy way to remove it without having to undo it. No, you do just pop that joint off of here, and then you can put it back. Pops right in there, and yeah, I kind of like that look. The skirt is a little poofy, but does complete the look if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's put that back on there for now because that's actually how the figure is supposed to look. And I'm going to guess that you can do this with the other one that I unboxed. It's actually kind of tricky to get back on. And I would have to say you got to be careful with this outfit because it feels like it is a little rigid, but I could see it ripping. So that's cool. Let's take a look at the other hands. She is very spindly, but you've got, you know, you have gripping hands for that lance. Actually, 2 types of gripping hands. And then, you know, hands you can probably make the heart symbol out of. I'm guessing that's on purpose. And then you've got 2 hands with the victory peace sign. So that's cool. Let me take a look at the fire and we'll set that guy up. Cut in real quick, something to watch out for while I was trying to remove her different hands. This came unglued on the inside there. So I'm gonna have to figure out to get some super glue in there. But yeah, you gotta be careful with swapping out her hands. You may yank out the arm piece. So that's unfortunate. All right, so let's get these things out of the packaging. There's just a ton of these little guys. I have no idea where I'm gonna display these because they take up a pretty big amount of space, if I'm being honest. Again, yeah, you get a grippy piece and then a piece that goes into her back for the stands, and then all these fire pieces. And you get a rock piece, very similar to the other one. I'm wondering if these, because so this is just one solid piece, and I'm wondering if this kind of matches up with the other one. I really do need to look at some poses. I'm gonna get all these fire guys out of this plastic and I'll come back. All right, fire guys are all out. We'll go through them each real quick, but I wanted to show you the lance. You actually can pull these out and rotate them down. I don't know why you would do that. I guess it gives you that option if you want. So you can go up or down with it. Again, not really sure why you'd want to do that, but it gives you the option and another way to scarily break them because they look like they're gonna break. And I imagine the minute I pose this thing and have it set up, she's gonna tip over and then that thing's gonna break. But yeah, the fire items, let's look at the base real quick. So yeah, it does have extra little bits. I think it's these rock things come out. I don't necessarily know why. It might be because of the flame effects. So let's go ahead and take those out and get this flame thing set up. But yeah, let's take a look at each flame item. They're actually pretty cool. Again, pretty strong plastic, so I don't think they're gonna break that easily, but these are fun little accessories. And again, these are kind of the main accessories that you get. And I hope these work well together with that other lady with the big hands. So it looks like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fire pieces. And they all get set up a certain way. And I'm gonna cut again and get it set up and we'll come back. All right, I got all the flame effects together. It was pretty complicated. I definitely had to look at the instruction book, but I did find out what these were for. These little pegs. Can't really get that in focus, but basically you put them, God, it is gonna be hard to get in focus, but you put them in between to hold up different parts. Let me get the book out and show you. It's a little easier to see, but you pretty much, I had to reference the flame names, and then you would basically put these pegs in to attach the flame effects together. So actually pretty cool. It's gonna be tricky, I think, to pose her inside the flame effects. I'm gonna have to look online for some ideas, but you can kind of see they're pretty neat. This is actually 2 pieces put together here. I'll show you real quick, but come on. So if you see, there's a little, gosh, you can see the little nub there. That will go inside of a nub in here, and then it actually then slots in here. like so. So that's actually pretty neat. And it stands up pretty nicely, actually. And then this one was pretty complicated. This is 2 pieces together, and then this piece, and then they slide into here to create that effect. And then these effects just go into the base like that. So it's actually pretty neat. Let me get some other cool poses and I'll take pictures of those, and then we'll wrap up this video. All right, I'm just gonna wrap up this video because it was a long time coming and it took a while to make, but I got the pair together in one of the kind of promo poses. I'll put some of the rest of the images from the website that you can order these from, or at least the Snail Shell website, so that you can see for yourself the different types of poses. But yeah, actually this wasn't too bad to pose. It probably took me, I don't know, 20 minutes or so to get this together. But as you can see, it's pretty badass. And I'm gonna have to figure out a way to find a place to display these. And I would imagine after a while, this would probably start to loosen up the joints and eventually fall. But we'll see. I'm gonna actually, this is probably the pose I'm going to keep these in because it's really fun and dynamic. And yeah, it shows off all of the different cool fire effects and rock effects. I pretty much used all the rock effects and almost all the flame effects. I think the only one I'm missing is this one. So I might find a spot for that, but some of these are actually kind of precarious. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like both of these figures? I'm not quite sure if you can still get them, but good luck out there, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.